What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Raider World. So in this video, we have the Chop Tour Pack from HogWorkz. So if you're looking for an easy way to add some additional storage without sacrificing style, this premium Chop Tour Pack from HogWorkz is the way to go. Color match guaranteed. This tour pack is constructed of OEM grade ABS plastic and is backed by their 1-year warranty against any paint chipping, bubbling, or cracking. And if you want to go bigger, HogWorkz also carries the King Tour Pack with optional luggage rack. So when ordering any of HogWorkz tour packs, you do have the option to go with either black or chrome hardware, rack mount, and if you need the 4-point docking hardware, they also have you covered there. Now the solo or 2-up rack mounts are sold separately, but with any products you order from HogWorkz, you're always getting a quality part. So with the Chop Tour Pack, you can go with the full passenger backrest or slim, which I have here. So all the footage you see in this video is actual footage of this tour pack going through the entire prep to paint process and was kindly provided by HogWorkz. Watching this process, I can see all the HogWorkz family that had a hand in it really have a deep passion and appreciation for their work and customers. In my opinion, this tour pack has a premium look and feel, and as always, the OEM paint is a direct match. This is a quick and easy install, so let's get it going. Alright guys, so for this Chop Tour Pack setup, I have the tour pack itself, the mounting plate, the rack mount. Now the rack mount is sold separately. The slim backrest, you do have the option to go with a full backrest. The tour pack latch and hinges kit. Now HogWorkz does send these out pre-assembled, but I asked them to send it to me unassembled so I can show you guys how easy it is to assemble these if you plan on changing out your hardware to either chrome or black. Some more mounting hardware and your instructions. Alright guys, so for tools, I use a prop tool just to hold the tour pack lid up while I'm putting in the screws, a pass-through ratchet, another ratchet, T20 T-handle, a screwdriver with a T20 Torx bit, a Phillips screwdriver, T20 Torx bit, 5/32 hex bit, 7/16 pass-through socket, 10mm pass-through socket, and some blue Loctite. So you can assemble your tour pack on the table, but I find it a little easier to put on the rack mount and assemble your tour pack from there. Now from here, I'll take the bottom half of the tour pack with the mounting plate and assemble it to the rack mount. HogWorkz does provide you with 4 screws, washers, and lock nuts. So to secure your tour pack from the mounting plate to the rack mount, you'll first run your screw through the mounting plate, you'll run your washer through, and secure your lock nut. And if you want to, you can put something on top of your fender so you don't scratch your paint. So to secure these 4 screws to the lock nuts, I'm using a 7/16 pass-through socket and a 5/32 hex bit. And when you're mounting your tour pack to the rack mount, you do have some room to either move it forward or back. Alright guys, so here we have the tour pack latch and hinges kit. I'll go ahead and open this up. Alright guys, so here's what comes with the tour pack latch and hinges kit. Obviously I went with gloss black. Here you have your locking latch, your 2 hinges, your tether, all your mounting hardware, 3 sets of keys, and a lock. So what's great about this HogWorkz tour pack lid is that you have these 4 locations identified here. So if you wanted to mount a lid rack, you can easily drill right through these holes here and mount a lid rack. I did do a video of that. You can click this link right up here. Now from here, I'll assemble the tour pack lid. I'll put on the hinges, the tether, and lock bar. So if you look inside your hinges, you do have a left and you have a right. Your left side is going to go towards your front and the right side is going to go towards the rear. So to secure the top part of the hinge to the lid, you have these 4 screw holes here, and you'll use a screw and the washer provided. And I will be using blue Loctite. And to tighten these down, I'm using a T20. Now when you're tightening these screws down, you don't want to tighten them down too tight or you might crack the plastic. So now I'll secure the tether and these mounting locations here. And basically what you want is your tether going towards your hinges. And for these screws, I won't be using blue Loctite. And to mount this tether, I'm using a Phillips screwdriver. So don't tighten these down all the way. You want to get your holes lined up and then tighten it down. And again, you don't want to tighten these down too tight or you might crack the plastic. And now I'll mount the lock bar. And you have these 4 mounting holes here. For this top lock bar, you want these 2 posts going towards the inside. Now for this lock bar, you do have dedicated screws. And for these screws, I'm also using blue Loctite. Just make sure before you tighten this down, you get all your holes lined up. Same thing with these screws, I'm using a T20. And just make sure you tighten these down evenly. Alright guys, so putting this lid on is a little easier if you had some help, but it's very doable by yourself. Just have your screws with your washers and your tools ready to go. So I'll just get these screws finger tight until I get all the holes lined up, and then I'll tighten it down. And now I'll secure the tether. And for the tether, same thing with these screws. I won't use any blue Loctite. So here we have the locking latch from HogWorkz. You have your HogWorkz logo back here. And then you have your 4 mounting holes. Now you can mount your lock before or after you put on your latch, but I'm gonna go ahead and mount it now. So right here on the latch, you have these 2 holes that are threaded. So you'll take your lock that HogWorkz provided, you'll slide it on right there. Same thing with these screws, I'm using blue Loctite. So for these screws, I'm using a T20 T-handle, but you can also use a screwdriver with a T20 bit. Now that I have the lock secured, I'll install the latch to the tour pack. So here you have your 4 mounting holes. And on your latch, you have your 4 mounting holes here. And once again, I'll get these finger tight until I get all the holes lined up, and then I'll tighten it down. Now from here, just make sure that your latch works properly. So now we have the slim backrest. This is a very simple install. You'll take these 3 bolts here, you'll run them through the tour pack lid and secure them with the nuts. And to tighten these down, I'm using a 10mm socket. Now the measurements inside the tour pack, you're looking at approximately 24 inches by 18 inches and 10 inches in total height, including the lid towards the front of the tour pack. So here I have a large full face helmet. Definitely not gonna fit a full face helmet. Here I have a medium half helmet. Definitely can fit that. Alright guys, so HogWorkz does offer these tour pack gasket replacements in case yours ever gets worn or torn down the line. Obviously, when you order your tour pack from HogWorkz, everything's going to come pre-assembled and you're going to have a gasket on there already. I did ask them to send this out to me without the gasket on there so I can show you how easy it is to put one of these on. Other than that, let's get it on there. So before you install your new gasket, you just want to make sure after you remove your old gasket, you have a clean surface. So as you're looking at the gasket on the left side, you can see it has a higher end. This is going to go towards the outside of the tour pack lid. So you're just going to start on one end and you'll work your way around. I'm going to have it to where they meet right here. For the backing here, I'm just going to peel it as I go. So from here, you're gonna have some extra. I'm gonna go ahead and snip it and finish it off. Now from here, I'm just gonna work my way around the gasket just to make sure everything is properly seated. All right guys, so to really finish off this HogWorkz Chop Tour Pack, I have the HogWorkz Chop Tour Pack liner. Let's get this baby on. So HogWorkz does provide you with extra Velcro in case you need some on the sides, the top, or the bottom. I'm just gonna add 2 strips of Velcro on the lid just to support the top liner. So obviously you want to add the other side of the Velcro to the top of the liner, whether it's the hook or loop side. So here I have a prop tool. This just helps me support the lid when I'm removing the tether. So on the top liner, you have this hole here. This is where the tether on the lid is going to sit. Just make sure when you're pulling your tether through, it's not twisted up. And then I'll go ahead and reattach the tether. Now once again, you don't want to tighten these down too tight. You just want to get them down nice and snug. Now that I'm ready to install the top liner, I'll go ahead and peel the backing off. Just make sure you're taking your time lining this up. I'll go ahead and hold down some even pressure for about 30 to 60 seconds. So here you have your Velcro strips along the sides. I'll scratch up the back just to activate that tape and I'll work my way around. Same thing, I'll hold down some even pressure for about 30 to 60 seconds. Alright guys, so installing the bottom tour pack liner is a lot more simple. You just want to make sure that your liner is pushed all the way down and properly seated before you start securing your Velcro. So you can add some Velcro on the bottom, but I believe any weight that I have in here is going to be able to hold this liner down. So what's great about this Chop Tour Pack liner is that you get these 3 stash pockets. So I did purchase these Harley Davidson locking detachable latches. I'll be doing a video on these later, so make sure you hit that subscribe button and smash that bell for future videos.